What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching some of Noel's stream. This is going to be back-to-back games of him playing Bonney versus Shanks. Of course, you can check out Noel's streams at DoBG, same as his Twitter. Great player who is finally unbanned. Oh God, yes. Let's look into how he approaches this matchup. He is, of course, very familiar with both Bonney and Shanks. So I imagine he's going to have a lot of insight into how to approach this matchup. His list is looking a little different than most lists I've seen, primarily including this 8-drop Rosinante is not something I have seen too many Bonney players run recently, but we're going to keep that hand. Our Shanks opponent mulliganed. Shanks is going to go ahead and swing 7, and we will take that. And he's going to go ahead and leave a Dawn active, it appears. And he is now roping us for reasons unbeknownst to me. Since this is a double feature, perhaps we go 1.25. We're going to go ahead and swing 6 and then play down this Tashigi, I have to imagine, the Shanks player. Could either leader skill 1k this or just take it. Looks like he's just going to take. Maybe he's missing his curve a little bit and was really hoping to draw into a 5-drop, which if he did, it appears he has it. Oh, we're just going to take again. Okay, not much fear. Willing to take here on these first 2 swings. Now our opponent is thinking about what sort of 5-drop to play, I would imagine. I would imagine it's either going to be the Luffy or maybe the Yasop. Those would be probably the 2 most likely. There are other options, of course. We could play down the Rayleigh. We could play down the Ace. We could play the Marco. There's a lot of strong 5-drops, but the 2 that are seeing the most play currently is for sure the Yasop and the Luffy. And as I said, there's the Marco. So just going to go ahead and play a 5-6 vanilla. That's tricky to KO. We're going to go ahead and play down the Smoker, an exceptional card, one of the strongest cards in all of OP10. It's certainly going to be a green staple as we go forward. We're going to go ahead and 2k out of this after leader skilling the Shanks to rest it, and they're going to go ahead and drop a Beckman. So it's actually really good that we dropped the Smoker here in particular, being able to play around that Ben Beckman. We're going to go ahead and Bonney, grabbing an Apo, Bonney, grabbing a Cavendish. We can go ahead, if we restand though, we don't get to restand with the Cavendish, unfortunately. So finding these, this Cavendish in the wrong search, we really would have preferred to find it in the previous search. I imagine here we're just going to swing 8, get the Banish, which is quite nice. We didn't really want our opponent to have that dragon, so quite happy with that. And then I imagine we will play down this Rosinante. And then perhaps next turn we will play down the Cavendish with the Rosinante. Noel also running Zoro. So it looks like he's maybe running everything. Maybe he's not running the 10-drop Doflamingo, perhaps. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Building Snake. Just really trying to get rid of this Smoker. Smoker being a very annoying threat for us. We could block this, or we could double 2k. I don't mind the double 2k. I don't mind it. I do think that it's very possible. They do have 8 Dawn left, so we could see a Rayleigh come out, or we could see a Dragon come out. If we double 2k, it's going to be too expensive if they play dragon. Because then they're going to be able to swing 7 at it again. And then if we block that, then 9. So I don't hate just letting it go. We're not too upset if he lets us keep these 2 1-drop Bonnies, though. We're not too upset if he allows us to keep those. I think he expected us to maybe yep, and there's the dragon. Yep. So now a 7 and a 9. I wouldn't be too surprised if we took one, blocked one. And this game looks like it's getting a little out of hand. It looks like it's getting a little out of hand. We could drop a Shanks here just to clear something. Or we can try and go a little bit wider and play this Rosie into the Cavendish. And it looks like that's what we're going to elect to do. Yep. And then going to go ahead and swing 6 and pass. This is getting a little scary. Our hand is quite large, but we're really going to need either a kid or a 10 drop if we're going to want to be able to stabilize. I think we could honestly probably take this one. If we take this one, like his best numbers would be 10, 11. Yeah, okay, our opponent's just going for our throat. Doesn't care about our board at all. Just says, hey, look, I'm going to kill you. We absolutely have to drop the Shanks here on the Shanks. I can't imagine a world where we can let that survive. And we're going to have to try and take back some of this board. Oh, wow. Okay, so going to go ahead and start with the 1-drop search. I feel like we have to swing at board here. Yeah. Dip. And then hopefully this gets through. Even if it doesn't, we can swing 6 at it one more time. I like this counter from the opponent. It just makes it so that the Bonney player doesn't get the search. So we deny a card from them there. And now we're going to go 9. And we don't have 2 2Ks, unfortunately. So we're just going to concede. We can survive, but it's just going to be way too expensive. We're going to have to go 2 1 1 1. And we'll go ahead and go right into game 2. I don't know exactly who he's playing versus. I don't know if this is like one of his homies or what. Oh, the double Uta here is nasty work. Oh my goodness, that is nasty. That is absolutely nasty. And we have an opening hand that does not include any 5 drops. So we're going to really be hoping we find one, because I will say one of my biggest issues personally with playing Bonney has been not being able to find those 5 drops on curve. So I imagine we're just going to take this. Looking for the 5 drop. We have one more draw. Countering this feels a little nuts to me. But I think he's just down bad. I think he's down bad. This would be a crazy block. This would be one of the craziest blocks of all time. Surely there's no way he is blocking this. Yeah. It would be funny as fuck though. I will say it would be super omega funny. Okay, so finally finding a 5 drop. And we will go ahead and draw one, trash one. So when we discard this kid, it does give our opponent a good idea that very likely we only have another one in our hand. We have another one. It's not the only one. Depending on how they want to read into the situation. I imagine we'll go ahead. Oh, swinging 6 there makes no sense to me. We have 2 Utas. I have no idea what that is about. Maybe we're doing it just because we're hoping to starve the opponent a little bit more. They didn't demonstrate to us on 5 that they had any plays. So we're like, hey, I don't really care that you got a search, and I don't know. Because I think they know about one of the Bonnies, so I'm not exactly sure. But maybe we just don't care about him having Bonney here, because we were just gonna play Beckman this turn anyways. Maybe we wanted to try and force them into playing Beckman. I'm not exactly, or force them into playing Bonney so that way we could respond with a Beckman. I feel like that's probably the most likely thing that happened here for why they swung the Shanks at the character rather than the life. But yep, there is the Beckman. The Shanks players always have Beckman. It's the one card that they never ever miss. They always find Beckman. Okay. And now 9 Dawn, we froze a Dawn again. So we are preventing a 10 drop from coming down here. However, Rayleigh will probably just get it done too. Or a Divine Departure, which is not what I was expecting necessarily. So gonna go ahead and swing 7. Our opponent is very likely gonna swing 8 after this. But no, they're just going to swing 7 and leave a Dawn up. Unless they plan on playing a third Uta. Okay, Building Snake. I like this. I like getting this. Oh my god. Okay. 0-2. Do we watch game 3? Alright, we'll watch game 3. Why not? We'll make this a little bit. A triple feature. First ever featured on this channel just to celebrate, you know, Noel coming back. I know a lot of people who are good friends with Noel. I've never met him personally, but they're all very excited, so why not? Okay, and our opponent missing the 1 drop. We're going to go ahead and just play out 2 1-cost searchers of our own. Our opponent's going to go ahead and swing 8, feel great. We're going to go ahead and grab a Cavendish. All right, if there is a game that we can win, it will be this one. Okay, so we do not value Kid at all in this matchup is what we've decided. Fuck it. Just play it standing, yeah. Wow, we have the great wall of Bonney. Oh, okay, the Marco here. Also very interested to see the Marco. Just in general, I feel like that card's not being run too much. Noel seems displeased with the Marco coming down. Could have also just been like a Luffy. Like, okay, so deciding that we want to Bonney cut them off of the Beckman, which seems extremely reasonable to me. Like, if we play out the Carrot or the Cavendish, more realistically, the Cavendish, they're just going to Beckman us on curve. I'm telling you guys, they do it every time. Shanks player has never missed Beckman on curve in their entire life. So just stopping that for one more turn is a bit nice. We're now on 8. They've got the Building Snake out with the Lucky Roo, which does play into the Hody on this turn. I think this is a game we could potentially win. Okay, I think they have an event in hand. Yep, they do. Really? Yeah, I was gonna say, are we really looking to swing at the Lucky Roo like this? Because I feel like we could just we could eventually infinite Tsukiyomi this Lucky Roo, I think. We'll see if that ends up working out or not. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and swing 7 at 5. Gonna go ahead and rest the Lucky Roo. Okay. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, gonna give up the Carrot, so maybe no. Wow, taxing our entire hand and then getting rid of it anyways is pretty sad. But I mean, we had to protect it, because if we didn't, then we just lose both of our pieces. Gonna go ahead and swing 5, 6, and then proj that this doesn't get goobed, and it's getting goobed. Yeah, this is, oh my god. This matchup is looking pretty cursed. I'm not gonna lie to you, this matchup is looking omega cursed. Like, I don't know. I feel like low-key NOEL was seeing everything in this game. Like, he was able to prevent the Beckman on curve. He saw the Great Wall of Bonney. He saw Carrot. He saw Cavendish. He could have taken a kid. He saw Zoro. He's seen Shanks. Like, I don't know, man. This is looking omega cursed. Yeah, and we're just gonna lose our Cavendish. Yeah, we're cooked. Oh my god, and we missed the search. It's Jover. It is Jover. Okay. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I have been a Bonney coper. When the format was first revealed, I kind of thought there was a chance Bonney was going to be really good. There might be in more games after this. I don't know. We're going to stop it here, though. Before the format was revealed, I thought Bonney could be really good. Also, as you guys may know, in my tier list for the Treasure Cups coming up in 09, back in like end of January, I think is when I posted that. I had Bonney as like the 5th best deck or something. I don't know. I had it higher than Shanks, higher than Teach. I think I even had it higher than Ploofy. I was a bit of a Bonney believer, because it's like, I've always felt like these green cards are crazy broken. Like, all of them individually, there's so many of them that are like unbelievably broken. And then also in 09, I felt like, hey, you can have like a good matchup versus Dofi. Therefore, you're just better than like Shanks, Ploofy, Teach, who lose to Dofi. So why would you queue up a deck that, you know, has a bad matchup into Dofi? But right now, I'm going to keep it a buck with you fellas. Bonney is not the play. Bonney is not the play. You have a hard matchup into Shanks, a hard matchup into Teach, and you have a so-so matchup into Zoro. Like maybe ever so slightly winning, maybe like 54% or something like that. Which means versus the top 3 decks, you have 2 really hard matchups and 1 slightly favored matchup. Those are the 3 decks that I currently think are going to be most expected in this format, though this is a fucking roulette table of a format right now. Like, people are playing like 14 fucking decks. So honestly, you could go an entire tournament without playing a single one of those 3, because people are just playing whatever the fuck they want. So maybe you can just like dodge the top 2 as Bonney. Maybe I wouldn't fucking take that gambit personally. But you could. But yeah, I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think of Bonney. If you made it to this point in the video, you are the best. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.